this month itself, data center hardware costs are increasing by 2 to 4 times due to global semiconductor shortages. As you can see in this picture, without the need for all the various hardware and software, the entire data center and cloud computing infrastructure is uniquely converged and decentralized into one VSOC. That is the Synchroknot virtual system on chip. The VSOC software is an all-inclusive and all-exclusive product. It is a complete alternative or replacement for virtualization software such as VMware, OpenStack, Hyper-V, Zen, Rev, and others. There is no need for physical or virtual switches and routers, or physical or virtual storage. Synchroknot also eliminates the need for the expensive licenses required on top of the expensive hardware. Because of this, Synchroknot eliminates the need for separate multi-tiered teams and departments, which are needed to manage the entire setup. Now let's have a look at not one, but 3 data centers versus the Synchroknot VSOC. Here you can see a real-world example of 3 interconnected data center sites with 6 separate multi-tiered departments running more than 300 virtual machines. Along with this comes dependence on multiple vendors and time-consuming issue resolutions. All 3 separate data centers are now present on a standard work desk. 20 SoCs running Synchroknot software are stacked and managed by only 1 or 2 engineers. Because the VSOC software allows for easy decentralization, you can stack them however you want, wherever you wish. Who is the target market? Anyone who runs applications or software in any private, public, or hybrid cloud. All horizontal and vertical markets are addressed, including medium to large businesses, the enterprise, government, and defense. What is the core benefit that Synchroknot Virtual System on Chip provides to the world? The virtual system on chip, on the whole, provides an unmatched total value proposition. Here are just a couple of the highlights. A $50 trillion global potential for the worldwide individuals and enterprise. A 30 to 75x reduction in the total overall cost of hardware infrastructure, software licenses, cooling, and real estate. The new genre created by the Synchroknot technology provides an opportunity for complete global technological leadership. Today, I'm pleased to say that we at Synchroknot have some special announcements that we're making. These provide opportunities and options that will put you in top gear. Firstly, today we are announcing a new cost. Only $500 for 16 cores or threads. Secondly, today Synchroknot officially makes the satellite tree protocol and switch free for everyone. We have been made aware that earlier it has been used, re-engineered, and tested by various research organizations and corporates around the world. Thirdly, we have an amazing opportunity with rocket fuel, whereby the VSOC can become completely free forever. And this I'll explain in my next slide. And finally, we introduce blockchain-backed collaborative platform and portal for individuals and the enterprise, where you can get listed, offer your own consulting and support, earn in crypto, get rated, and much more. So I had just mentioned that we have a unique opportunity that could make the VSOC completely free. Here's how. When the $5 million mark is reached with cryptocurrency, the VSOC software becomes free. When the $10 million mark is reached the same way, Synchroknot will offer the entire suite of in-production power modules free as well. Anyone can contribute towards the rocket fuel to make the VSOC free forever. This is just one of several options that are in front of us right now. This particular offer is currently awaiting majority consensus. So please look for updates on our website and on social media for any new developments regarding this, and also for VSOC availability channels. And on that note, I'm going to call upon the owner of Synchroknot and the creator of the virtual system on chip software, design and architecture, Mehul Sharma.
Hello and welcome to our global edition today, reaching out to the world. Synchroknot creates a total value opportunity of $50 trillion potential for the global enterprise. With cohesive worldwide collaboration, it is realistically expected to bring about a rejuvenation of the economic dynamics of businesses at both the micro and macro level. Not to mention, as a side effect, comes the exponential reduction in cost, complexity, and manpower, and also exponential increase in performance, scalability, and security. Furthermore, the Synchroknot value integrated with the blockchain technology would help grow abundance at the global level, which we define as all-inclusive wealth, of which the digital, intellectual, and physical attributes are just a part of. Last but not least, we have taken security to a new level not seen in advanced products available in the industry today. We encourage you to take a deeper look at how you can derive benefit from the untainted value that we have created. The new announcements that we made today come with a lot of options and opportunities to put you in top gear. Now I would like to take this moment to reveal the virtual system on chip in action. So here we go. Okay, yeah.
Ready?
So here we go. Here we have the virtual system on chip running. And so what is this? This is what you saw there. That was the data center, and this is now the data D center. The data center is no more. We have the virtual system on chip software running on 4 SoCs, and this comes with an automated, self-configuring Ethernet switch. horizontally, you can connect any setup of virtual system on chips anywhere in the world, kept anywhere, with a standard VPN of your choice. Now the data belongs to you and not to a third party. You have the ability now to become your own cloud provider, like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, etc., and earn directly. And as mentioned, we will be having a collaborative portal backed with a blockchain technology that will give an individual and an enterprise alike the ability to offer their services in consulting. So this is truly a global proposition and an entire delivery model, and not just a product. So a product is a part of the delivery model that we've been working on. And today we are reaching out to the globe and introducing it here in Bangalore, and we are very happy to have you here today to take a look at this technology and see what its potential is. Thank you again. We will take questions in the next session.
Showing you the actual software product. This is actually
virtual machines that are running. One is virtual machine is running. So this virtual machine could have your application running on it. It could have your web server, it could have your media server, it could have anything that you want to run in this. You can access it, right? So right now it's 4 SoCs, and I think here's the C. So here we have all the 4 SoCs that showing us. Like this, you can connect anything in the world, and you get connectivity. Now the big question is, well, all this is sounding good, it's looking good, you can have some pretty fancy colors going, but look, I have stuff in the cloud, I have stuff in the data center, and I'm already running a show. I like your stuff, but how do I take my application that's running somewhere in the cloud or in my data center, how can I take that and run it here? I like all your stuff, I'm sold, but I don't know how to move it here. That's a big problem, and we've been saying it's a complex issue. Well, the issue is as complex as this. You take the virtual machine disk that is running on VMware, on OpenStack, Hyper-V, Zen, or any other platform, in the cloud, or wherever. You just take your virtual machine disk and you just simply copy it onto the VSOC. All your applications that were running in the cloud or data center on all these platforms that I talked about will run as is, without any changes on VSOC. Now the beauty here is, you're running it here in this wonderful conference room. You could just move it to your, your cubicle. You could move, which could be in another state, in another country. You could move it to any location of your choice by simply migrating that virtual machine. And we have algorithms built in right here. If you don't want to choose where to move it to, it can choose it for you. So we have intelligence built into the software. So that is what this whole software is all about. It's about you, and it's not about the corporate, or it's not about the corporate and government together. Right? We want to bring true value to the people. So that's why we have developed this over the years. And looking at it, we have various ways of licensing. Everything's built in. Well, if you want, right now, if you were to run it, all you need to put is a license in. It installs in less than, or to be honest, it installs in about 7 seconds. And you can create a tenant to whom over here or at any location where I want it. Right? So this kind of flexibility is impossible today. This piece of hardware and this technology, you will not have any dependence on American technology and their Silicon Valley. They're gone forever. And I can say that with authority. Because and the performance you're going to get in this is also unbelievable. Not just because of the hardware, it's our software that gives the hardware intelligence. Your hard drive is right on the SoC. Your data is not being accessed over a storage server kept somewhere. Your network is right there, connected to each other. You don't have a north, south, or east-west kind of traffic. You have multiple topologies, multiple failovers. I can just pull the plug out of this. As you've seen, while we were setting this up, the plug was pulled about 4 times by mistake. The power button hit about 3 times. And we just plugged it back in and came back on, and we have it running right here. This is not what we wanted to do, but it just got a little too exciting with the energy over here that we are actually showing. So this is what all this is about. So if you can install an Android app and go through sometimes difficult configurations, Synchroknot you will find is very easy to install. So that's what changes the paradigm. We bring about ease and reduction of complexity. Now the cost saving that I talked about definitely is a big deal. But to me, honestly, if you ask me, it's a reduction in complexity. You can live or start to live a life outside the data center and not reduce your life breadth with pressure that you're trying to go. Right? So that is what Synchroknot is all about. It's self-experience, and we want others to live a more valuable life and spend time where it's more needed. And when you put in fresh oxygen into businesses, they can start to grow, they can reduce their complexity. Now that's not happening today. As of today, as of this month, as of last month, all the hardware silicon costs have increased 2 to 4x. If you are paying for a Cisco, Juniper, XYZ, router, switch, whatnot, it's going to cost you 2 to 4 times. And then that's just the hardware cost. The license costs have increased and will increase without warning. You have no choice. With Synchroknot, you have an ultimate choice. And that goes beyond light years if I just to make a tree. Right? So this changes how global economic dynamics work in terms of technology. Right? And that is why we are in a it's not just the IT capital, I would call it the intellectual capital of India, Bangalore, and I also like to say of the world, because all the kind of work that's done here is unjustified in the way it's not shown. So therefore I chose to have it launched right here in Bangalore, and we can take this excitement throughout the world. And I believe this is a worldwide launch. All the folks around the world and our supporters are keenly waiting for the software, and we will be getting it to you as soon as possible. We have a couple of options, and please stay tuned, okay? Because this is not about marketing, it's about value. And thank you. If you have any questions, I would love to take them. And if you're bored enough, you can feel free to have some lunch, and we have some wonderful Synchroknot gear. So if you get caught with technical folks, you're in trouble. They can go on and on and on, and you can just get bored on and on and on, and just not get it.
What kind of configuration?
So configuration we have, see, it's running on basically. Oh yeah, great question. So this is another place in Bangalore you can expect great questions. Okay, these are not mediocre questions. Last time I was asked about PCI compliance. Then I was asked about how are you going to cover this? Do you have a cover? And a whole lot of technical questions. I tell you, you will be taken by surprise. And this is an excellent one. We are running on Debian Linux. It's basically you need to install Linux. And right now we have Astra Linux, which is again used in the Russian Federation by the Russian Federal Ministry and the Armed Forces. So far we believe that this has been easy to install, and it's obviously secure. I would like to believe that if they can use it with a high degree of security, so can most of the other people, considering the number of privacy concerns we've had with other operating systems. And so the configuration is, once you install it, it is self-configuring. If you choose it to be self-configuring, with that it means it takes its IP address on its own. You don't have to do anything. And if you like, you can give it an IP address, but why would you if it already does it on your own? It's going to be a unique IP address based on an algorithm that checks the MAC address. So MAC addresses are always unique, so no worries about it. You just install your software, and if you want, start using it as a tenant yourself and give it to others. Now the possibility is that you are going to, how does the tenant know about the stuff? The tenant is only going to give you his public blockchain ID. Okay? There is no private keys involved. He keeps his private key himself. And the public blockchain ID is put in there as a tenant ID. You create the tenant. It takes 3 seconds to install. And the tenant can log in with his private key. So there is you as a tenant, as a provider, you don't know anything about his authentication, his password, you're not maintaining anything. Right? So that's how it is with the installation. Any more questions here? Oh, yes, definitely, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you very much, folks. Again, thank you for getting bored, because that's, I love to go, you guys, but I really thank you for your time, for coming over. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
There you go. So this is all the airflow you need, right? And if you have another thing, actually, I happen to have another. Where's the other one? Here. Don't be scared of the gadgets.
This technology derived, how do you arrive this technology?
It's been made about 8 years of research, 8 to 10 years. I've been working on it for a long time. It's been shown maybe about 3 years ago. We showed it in Japan, the Okinawa Labs live presentation and demonstration. Okinawa Labs is the home of 40 of the world's most powerful Japanese companies. We had a great time showing that, just like we had here. And so this has been in the works for a while. So when people ask me it's a startup or it's an upstart, I say like these terms apply to guys who get excited and start new technologies, or work in a research organization and move the software from a research lab outside and get money. This is not about money. This is a mature technology. All the components used in this, for example, are the ones used in OpenStack. So if you're familiar with OpenStack, which the world is, right, you're using the same virtualization engine. You're using the same Ethernet configuration, the bridge and everything, which is there in Linux, already proven, used in Cisco switches. To be really honest, I have nothing to be dishonest about. No. Right now, as you can see, we've logged into this with only my blockchain private key. No one knows that. Blockchain private key, while logging in, is not sent to the server. It's in the browser only. It only signs a nonce. Oh, yes. Right, so first of all, we want to use the latest browser. Let's say this is standard Firefox, latest one. We use a trusted operating system. Because for example, in the US that we're using right now, I can disclose a whole lot of vulnerabilities. But that's maybe sometime later. That's vulnerability research has been topmost for us at network OS and hardware level, BIOS level, because that's when we could harden our stuff. Yes, we have about 7 of the most powerful security modules unseen in the industry today. To start with, it's logging in without a password. So there is no password kept in here. There is no checksum of the password. There is no salt of a password. So the only way you're logging in right now is using a Bitcoin private key. And if you see the virtual machine there, that's a Synchronaut running right there. That's a Bitcoin ID. So if I'm a Synchronaut, if you're a user, you're a Bitcoin ID, you're a Synchronaut with a Bitcoin ID. No one even knows you unless you want to go and put your name and stuff like that as defined by the. Yes. We.
What is the market level of this?
Yeah, so there are, yes. The availability was the reason, see, first we have to launch it formally. Right? If you're going to talk to me, it's going to be right answer. Sometimes some people may not like it. Unfortunately, I'm straightforward. That's just how it goes. If I wouldn't launch it in front of the right press, you would not get the right publicity. And what's going to happen is, if I launch it, let's say I put it on the website and even start selling, maybe like 1,000, 2,000 people buy it. That's not reaching the globe. In the interim, what's going to happen is I'm going to get lawsuits from the big corporates whose business is just finished. Right? So what we want to do is we want to have a platform whereby people are aware, awareness is gathered,
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವೈಫೈ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ
we are working hard to make this whole thing and we have one of the methods is a collective consensus. If we get a majority consensus, we can make it free. Now I could have made it free 6 years ago, but unfortunately, the licensing as in the software, it's a 1-year license. If you were to buy it at that cost, it's going to be $500 per license. Additional, so you talked about the security modules. Those are high-end security modules. It's not needed by everyone per se. But if you choose to go for high security and there is a compliance need in your organization, you can avail that also. So those are on the base license, you put the power module license. You want to replicate it here to here, here to there, here to Boston, here to Tokyo, you can do that.
Is there any existing customer? There is any offer?
Oh yeah. So I've reduced the price from €6,500 to $2,000, right, for this entire 4 licenses. $2,000 into the value of Indian rupees. 1.5 lakhs. And for the software. Hardware is pretty inexpensive.
So what is the price of the
You'll have to look at I have the
pricing is not
pricing is available. This is from my manufacturer. We have an authorized manufacturer, Azrock Industrial. One of the largest manufacturers of SoCs and motherboards in the world. They're pretty excited. They're hearing me right now. I've been talking to them. You should get it for under 1,200. Yeah, that's all. Yes. So 16 threads. Yes, USD. Whole thing. Hardware, 4 pieces. Yeah. 1,200 to 1,500. Now, if you choose to put a 64 GB RAM, then it's something that costs you a little bit. You have about 16 sticks, I think that will do. 16 threads running at that much, it will do. Because the processing is fast, you don't need memory caching, right? And you need only X amount of virtual machines that are running. Yeah.
when it comes even in the market, somebody like Cisco, they want to offer. So are you ready to go to the concept to the Cisco?
No, Cisco's gone. Cisco, no. Concept, this concept, no, this product. Yeah. Right. So the challenge here is not for me. I've made the software. I'm happy about it. I can make it free. The challenge is how the end user is going to move away from them. How the delivery model is going to be. Right. I'm not going to be hello. Yes. Oh, you can install it here. You can use this. No, that's not what we do. Our focus at Synchroknot is precision engineering, and that's always how it's going to be. What we are doing for this global acceptance and applicability is we are having a portal, not just Synchroknot portal, but involvement of system integrators, solution providers and individuals like yourselves. If you can install an Android app, I'm sure you can install something. You can give solutions consulting, you can give support, you can give systems integration. So we will even show you how to do it. You can list your services there. And if your rating is good and you get people, right, your business takes off. Sorry? Yes, absolutely. Individual, there's a one day it was a huge outsourcing market. It's not as big right now. Right? When there was a software services market, everything reaches its peak. Right now, the power is with the individual. There's enough intelligence, and we want to harness that intelligence. That intelligence is not when you go to MIT, Stanford, or IIT. That's not intelligence to me. Okay, it might be for the world. That's good if you're going there. No worries. But I'm saying at the grassroots level, there is enough talent in the world who is going to be able to make a living, more than a decent living at this, and also, depending on the rating, the corporates are going to save a lot of money. Right? And see, right now it's already proven with a good rating. If you download an app, oh, how's the rating? Oh, let me buy this product. Look at the rating. So it's not just individuals, you being rated. You can rate the corporates who you're giving services to, so that no one's obnoxious for you, right? So that you. So basically, it's not an ecosystem. Okay, it's a global system, and we are not putting in money for that. And the solution is at this juncture, at this level.
Exactly, we focus on the SME sector.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm an individual, right? I'll put myself into a small business. Let's start with since you're in India as a pawn shop, right? I'm running pretty well. Tomorrow I can put one. Now let me take myself into a pharmaceutical company. I'm not a medium, small to medium. I don't need a whole lot of servers. I have to buy 2 servers. You know what? I'll just buy one and run this, and maybe I'll buy another one and give out my service to my friends or other folks. Now I'm an enterprise. I'm going to buy 20 of these and get rid of the rest of the stuff, or let that run. This is better for my future. Now I'm the government. Hey, I have a contract. You're the guys who can give me service. I have a 50 million, 500 million, 10 billion contract. Whoever it goes to, they take it. Or the government says, I want this. You have the contract, you get it done for us. Right? So for me, because of the value that we have created at Synchroknot, I don't have to go knocking individual doors. Like you use a phone here, so does the ones in the government, so does the president and prime minister. It's how you want to cloud it. Right? That's what it comes down to.
Is there going to be any error or any breakdown for this?
Yes, sure. As you saw when we were setting it up, we had this box, and you see we cut this box. The reason was we put this box real hard, and this thing shut down. Yeah, it should shut down because see here, one happened, this button got pushed, and then these 2 got pushed. You saw that there were 4 was running, and then there were only 3 showing up, and we couldn't get that one to start. Then we just unplug this, put it back, and it started. Now, if this were to happen with your production application, it can happen. Right? This is no miracle hardware or software. However, we have a replication module, our module. So your virtual machine, your application, not everything, the ones that you want can be replicated anywhere in the world, depending on the bandwidth. Yes, it will be replicated there. And there, you'll have to turn it on. We have an automated service too, but what if your stuff is corrupted here, right? You have a method to fail it over. You can fail it over. You can actually archive it over there, right? Every time a write happens there, it intelligently replicates. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You can set the failover time. Yes. Yes. That is now proportional to the bandwidth. There are certain things that you can do that instantly, if I pull out, another virtual machine runs, but it has to be somewhere local, LAN. But if you're going over the internet, it could be about a second or 2. It could be at that level. So it depends how fast your stuff boots there. Yes. So that CDN, right? All the CDN software is running in an operating system. That operating system is running in a virtual machine, like we saw here. So now wherever that is running right now, you can simply copy that disk. It's as easy as using an rsync tool or whatever tool that comes with it and copying it right here. And it will start running here in this one. Yeah, so all that can run right here. So yes, any software. So you brought about an excellent point there. Your software is running in a content delivery network somewhere. Whatever it is, Windows, Linux, whatever. What do you need to do? Where is the hard disk kept of that, where it's running? You're going to copy that hard disk onto this. Okay? And you're going to start that virtual machine. Whatever is running there will run over here. So you've already migrated. From here you move it over here, move it here, or anywhere you want. You replicate. You can relocate it in real time while it's running. Sorry? Yes. Right now it's running on Astra Linux. You could run it on Debian 10 or 11. Honestly, we've not really gotten a whole lot of time to test that because see, we are trying to merge our latest bleeding edge version so that we can give the best. Yes. Oh yeah, so once yeah. Oh yeah, so this what you're seeing UI right now, what you're seeing is here because only 4 are connected. If 4,000 were connected, you'll see all 4,000 there. Yeah, this is the dashboard. This is infrastructure engine. You don't need a dashboard anymore. You will not see rotating signs. Whatever information you saw right now that's been got is being got in real time. It's not reading a database. Everything from OpenStack to VMware reads a database and it's stale. Everything here is real time. That means you click, you get the real time information from anywhere in the world. Yeah. Oh yes, that's all the graphical stuff that is there in your VMs. You need to yes. So let's say you have the content delivery like your stuff, right? Media stuff. You need to know how many hits you got or what's the IOPS. You need to run that in your VM virtualization software. Now here we can install another standard dashboard of your choice. That is also real time, but that's a separate software. Yeah, that's just like a one command apt get, and then you download it and it's going to start running. You open it on another port. That's all, and you'll get it in real time. Everything you want in there. The reason I didn't integrate it, it used to be there, but since they are already, it's so good, there's no point adding that to Synchroknot and trying to. Yeah. So that is honestly that is standard available. The graphical software is all standard. There's no need for me to integrate standard stuff, right?
But that's the thing, like system developer, like system developer, they want something.
Right.
One or two they can see manually, one by one they can see.
Right.
But we have like 4,000, 5,000 servers running.
Right. The graph. Yeah, sure. So, like I mentioned, you can download the software of your choice and configure it how you like it. Because see, like about a whole lot of people have a whole different choices. Someone likes Grafana. Full customization. You like Grafana, he doesn't like it, he uses something else, you use what you want. See, that's where we don't want to tell you, no, you know what, you need to move to this. You're like, no, I spent 4 years doing this, I'm not moving into this. He likes this, so you use that. So we are not getting into a certain space where it becomes contentious.
My last question, why it's connected to
Right. So, yes. Right. So, yes. Okay, so here's the beauty of the answer. It's going to satisfy a lot. This system is selling cores. You can block cores, CPU cores, and threads, right? This is not connecting to any crypto network. Bitcoin or Ethereum, this is not connected to that network, right? You can choose to sell even with your credit card, bank order. You block the CPU, of course, and you sell it via credit card, bank transfer, cash, however you want it, or crypto. Yes, it's not locked to that because for our global audience, since it's a global release, it is they find the intervention of the governments and corporates to be an impedance, right? They feel impeded. And secondly, there is a global increase in inflation. There is very high inflation. So a lot of folks believe that they want to use cryptocurrency. We don't say that, don't use this. You can use anything you want. Like it's exactly, no, it's just like the draft option you talked about. You're not binding it because see, these are contentious areas. You want to use this, he wants to use that, they cannot use that or this. That's why this architecture fits into a regular enterprise because we give you the flexibilities. And then we tell you how you can use too. And we enable our consultants who earn on their own, we don't want any money from them, right? They can show it for someone who wants this is the best solution. On a prepaid basis, you get paid directly, right? So that's how we let them know. What you want, what the customer wants. The customer comes to you. I want this CDN with Grafana or I want it with this. I don't want it. Oh, sure, I can do that for you. Right? These are my charges prepaid. You buy it through the portal. Your checksum and everything is kept on the blockchain. The contract is kept there, right? So that no one changes it, no one changes your ratings. So it's all kept on. And you, as a whole, basically get paid directly.
Blockchain ID.
Yeah, so you can get paid with blockchain or credit card, however you want.
Is the blockchain ID is mandatory?
So in that case, we are using blockchain cryptography. So blockchain cryptography means you have a private and public key, which means your identification is through your private key, right? So you don't have to use a blockchain for that. However, on that private key, if you want to give, and on your public key ID, you can get paid also if you choose to, right? So and all your rating and everything, this portal will keep on the blockchain, standard blockchain. It's checksum. You're not just going and writing a whole lot of data on the blockchain and burning it. And that way anyone can see from the day you started what was your rating. It cannot be manipulated.
If I don't have blockchain ID, can I use it?
Of course. Definitely. If you don't have blockchain ID, you can definitely use it. Blockchain ID is just to log in.
Right? Don't like that for security one.
Yeah. You need basically a blockchain for the software or for the portal. What is your question regarding?
Software, first ID.
Right. No, it's built on blockchain cryptography. Yeah, that is mandatory because without that, you're not keeping passwords anywhere. There's nothing in the world right now where you see. If you ever use Active Directory, if you ever log into any system, a password is kept somewhere, right? If it's not kept on your system, it looks at the central system where a password is kept. And you guess what happens when it gets lost or someone breaches it, right? So this is the first step. The second step is no. My compliance in the industry tells me, look, I need to use this and this. Okay, you can connect it to Active Directory and LDAP, and you can use that password. So you have your blockchain ID, put your private key, and then you put your password, the regular password. And then like this, we have 3 other layers to use, right? Whichever is suitable for you. There's no enforcement on anything, but yes, your identification, unique identification is through your blockchain ID. So you're a Synchroknot then. Yeah, excellent. So there you go.
One last. So what is the investment part use and
That's the investment and ownership part is the most unfortunate part. No funding. I'm the unfortunate owner and the creator. So this is done with zero funding, self-funding, whatever you want. Zero funding, self-funding. So,
whenever goes to the big problem, how you run for the investment part?
there's no investment needed. This is all automated. People buy it, and it grows. There's a team of, I don't see a team of more than 5 ever needed, because we are not doing the consulting and support, right? We are enabling you guys to make your money, right? That's where we are from.
Thank you. How about the service of this?
So, service, let's see. You need to keep it in a relatively decent environment. If it's too dusty, then you need to make sure that it's kind of covered. If you want to service it, you just update. You do an operating system update. I don't think it requires any other service other than if something breaks, let's say the RAM breaks down or your hard disk gets corrupted, that's the time you just replace it. But other than that, there's really a software update and a Synchroknot update. Oh, by the way, the Synchroknot update can be done without bringing down anything. Right? You don't need to switch off any aspect while updating our Synchroknot software. So you don't need to basically get up at 12 or 1 o'clock at night, shut down the switches, shut down the service, shut down the servers, and then try to update certain things. It can be done dynamically in real time. So these are all unique things. If you're in this industry, and if you're acquainted with how things are actually done, you'll be permanently shocked to believe how it is actually being done with this. Oh, sure. I told you you're going to get straight answers from me. There's no playing around. Because I don't play games. When I like gamers, the first of its kind data center, or should I say data decenter software, which replaces the need for the standard data center, cloud computing, hardware and software altogether. There's no need for OpenStack, VMware, Cisco, Juniper, or any of these technologies if you were to use the Synchroknot VSOC. Hope you get excited enough and read more about our technology. And in today's global release today and our demonstration session, we were all excited to show what are the capabilities of the VSOC software. The VSOC brings about a global potential of 50 trillion USD, and it is the involvement of the entire worldwide enterprise and individuals that's going to take it there. We have a very nice portal coming up, which is going to bring about collaboration, whereby individuals can actually sell their services, consulting and support, and earn directly in crypto or any currency that they like, and at the same time get rated. And there's another announcement, if I might remember, is something to do with, I believe, rocket fuel. So if you pump up the rocket fuel, you might as well get this thing free, once and forever. So I thank you all for taking the time today and joining our global event. And we're pretty excited to bring this in front of the world. So the basic feature of the VSOC is that it basically installs in less than 7 seconds. And you can create a tenant just like VMware, OpenStack, etc. And you can use it internally, or you can give it to anyone else. As this hardware can be kept anywhere, what you get is total control over your data, over your IOPS, without a third party snooping in, right? And you can grow your business horizontally or vertically. This whole thing scales transparently without any configuration, and it's based on standard technologies, the same components that are used in OpenStack, the virtualization engine, the networking engine, which is proven is working with Synchroknot VSOC. Our entire infrastructure engine, as you saw, is almost like a search engine, and it gives you the most powerful capability of decentralization in terms of cloud computing, edge computing, IoT, all together. So this has applications in all these dimensions. It only depends on how and where you would like to take this. And it's as if you're an Android, if you're a gadgeteer, let me say, or if you like Android apps, then you might find this thing interesting, because this is as simple as that, probably simpler.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. In other words, a data center is no more. What you see in a standard data center is done on a 4x4 inch SoC running the Synchroknot VSoC software, which is as easy, if not easier, than simply deploying an Android app. So the new pricing structure that we have in place today brings this into the gadgetier space. So the affordability is right on. And what we are looking for, taking it to the next level, is making it free forever. And that's where the rocket fuel comes in. So we've had a lot of exciting questions and answers, and a whole demonstration of the product, which got people going with a whole lot of very intelligent questions. And hopefully we were able to get to the point with the answers. Now, with this software and technology, it takes privacy also to the new level, whereby you're in control of your data. You can take this software running on this hardware and become your own cloud provider, and there's no need for you to host your applications on Google, Amazon, Microsoft, or any of these cloud providers unless you want to or don't want to. It's your choice totally. You keep the hardware where you want. We bring about flexibility that isn't there available today in the globe. Finally, we are going to be coming up with a portal backed by a blockchain technology, whereby individuals and enterprise alike gets to basically give their own service, consulting, support, and a whole lot of features. They earn directly and prosper. So this is that's something that's coming up right now. Again, thank you all today for being a part of the Global Edition, and we wish to take this further and bring about real excitement all over.
Thank you. 8 minutes. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಿಜುವಲ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಿಜುವಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಳಿಸಿ. ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್, ಟೈಮ್ ತುಂಬ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಸರ್. ಹಾಂ, one minute. Yeah, sir. That's it. Yeah, one second.
Just explain about how it's
Ready, sir. Yes, sir.
So here we have it. This is a virtual system on chip software, as explained. It's running on 4 SoCs. As you can see, they are interconnected without a switch or a router, because this has a built-in satellite tree switch, which is all automated and self-configurable. You can scale the SoCs and VSoCs vertically and horizontally as you like on demand. You can connect as many setups of VSoCs and SoCs anywhere in the world with a standard VPN. As you saw on our infrastructure engine, all these can be managed in real time, and you can connect them in any network topology that you like. We have a schema and a whole lot of diagrams showing you the different ways you can connect. You can actually pull the plug on anything. You can pull the plug on anything, connect it back, and it auto reconfigures. You can never do this in a standard data center today. So as far as we know it, there is no system even close to this right now in the industry, and this would be a big benefit to the enterprise, government, and even individuals. So we are in, like I mentioned, that we are right now with a new pricing structure, we are in the gadgeteer space. So all the folks can get excited about trying it out and seeing how they can expand their businesses and careers. You can connect different types of hard drives, SATA and SSDs M.2. You can connect 5 Gbps Ethernet, 2.5 Gbps Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet is already there. This is 2.5 Gbps Ethernet. And basically that's about it. It's just it kind of installs in about 7 seconds. You create a tenant in 3 and basically start scaling out. If you're running software on Microsoft Cloud, Amazon Cloud, Google Cloud, or on VMware, OpenStack, Rev, or whatnot, all you need to do, copy the hard drive onto the hard drive right here. Simple process. And your application that was running there is going to run in this as is, without modification. So that's what is, other than the technology from the business point of view, that is what is someone in the business, that's what they're looking at. They're not looking at, I mean, the technology is all right, it's cool and nice and whatnot, we have some nice flashy lights. But as a business person, if I'm not able to move my data quickly without big project management hassle, then I might not be interested. So that, as a business mindset, this whole thing has been built with a business mindset, technology being second. I hope you get to try this, and we'd like to bring this in front of the whole world as soon as possible. Thank you. I'm Mehul Sharma again, creator of Virtual System on Chip and owner of Synchroknot.
Super. Thanks.
Is that fine?
Yes, okay. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
It's all great pictures.
Oh, thank you. I hope people liked it more than the pictures. I'm extremely shy of the camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't normally get them from.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, smaller than a bouquet of flowers.
Yeah. I can actually do this without pouring it. Look at the size. 4 by 4 inches versus this.
ಒಂದೇ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಸರ್ ಈ ಬಿಡ್ದೆ see sir see yes
So this is a serious comparison. I mean, you can look at the size. I mean, usually people keep points, but I think this is a better. You can even actually pile it on.
yes yes thank you sir.
ಅಲ್ಲಾಡ್ಸಂಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ